A few years back, I was walking through the woods all by myself, way out in some abandoned spot, far from any real trail. The whole place was dead quiet. Even the birds had stopped. Out of nowhere, I caught this strong, sweet smell. But it wasn't flowers or trees. Nah, it was heavy, thick, so strong I could barely breathe. Curiosity, or maybe something else, pulled me in. So I pushed through the brush, like pulling back a curtain, and then I saw it right in front of me. A body, or what was left of one. The skin was green and black, all swollen and nasty, with weird fluids dripping down into the dirt, leaving dark stains. Flies covered him, the buzzing so loud it filled my head. On his arm, there were claw marks, like wild animals had been tearing at him, and his eyes, or whatever was left of them, were pointed right at me, like he was still watching.
I called the cops, hands shaking so bad I almost dropped my phone. They told me to stay put till they showed up. Out there in the middle of nowhere, that meant waiting for hours. The sun went down, darkness swallowed the place, and it was just me, sitting next to him. Every minute felt heavier, like the air itself was pressing down on me. The smell got worse, thicker, like the body was breathing.
Sitting there in the dark, I swear the ground around me started to move, and the trees whispered like a bunch of voices, talking all at once. Every time I looked back at him, his face was different. Once it looked like he was smiling. Another time, his mouth seemed to open. I swear I even saw him blink. My heart nearly exploded out of my chest. When I finally got back home, it didn't end there. Every night when I'd fall asleep, he'd be standing at the foot of my bed, staring at me with those same dead eyes I saw in the woods. At first, he didn't say a word, but then the voice came, raspy, broken. He told me I'd disturbed him, that he'd been waiting for peace, and the only way I could fix it was to follow him all the way. Each dream got worse. Sometimes I'd find myself back in those woods with him trailing behind me, moving slow. Other times he'd be sitting right on the edge of my bed, breathing into my ear. Even now, after all these years, he still shows up in my dreams. And right before I wake up, that same sweet smell from the woods hits me again. And maybe tonight, since I've written all this down, he'll come back. But this time, maybe he won't leave when I open my eyes. A couple summers back, me and my buddy went out for a late-night bike ride, like around midnight. Streets were dead quiet. No cars, no dogs barking, nothing. It was creepy. Like the whole city was asleep and I was the only one awake. After we finished riding, we split up, and I only had like 2 blocks left to get home. Because of some construction, I had to ride on the sidewalk. It was super narrow, and up ahead there was this dude walking by himself. Looked like mid-40s, regular clothes, kind of rough face, but not homeless or anything. I didn't want to freak him out by flying past him, so when I got close, I was like, "Hey, behind you!" Man spun around so fast and gave me this look. Not just angry, but like something wasn't right with his eyes. Not normal. I kept riding, but then I heard his footsteps behind me. Next thing I know, he's yelling, screaming at me, calling me names, saying, "I'm gonna kill you! You're not making it home tonight!" And it was echoing through the empty street like he was the only voice in the world. My place was right around the corner, but I didn't want him knowing where I lived, so I looped around the block. When I came back around and looked down my street, my stomach just dropped. There he was, standing on my front stoop. Just standing there, staring straight out into the street like he knew damn well I lived there. And when I rode past again, he didn't say a word, just stared. Cold. I bailed and crashed at my friend's place that night. Tried to convince myself he was just some random crazy guy. But a couple days later, my bike got stolen from the alley behind my house. I told my mom about the dude, described his face, and she just froze. She went inside, came back out with this old newspaper clipping. It was an obituary for a guy who died on that same street years ago. And it was him. The same face, the same eyes, the same man I saw standing on my doorstep that night.
So, what do you think? And do you have a story to tell you too? If you have, send me message the link on the TikTok account in the first comment.